Hey, good day to you. This is Todd. I am a regular dude walking in the Word. Hey, we're going through Genesis right now, and we're kind of going through the story here where Jacob deceives his dad, really, to get the birthright, or get the blessing, I'm sorry. So today I'm going to be reading from Genesis 27, verses 41 to 46. And it's called Consequences More Than We Bargained For. A lot of times when we are deceitful and or we're involved in sin in any way, the consequences turn out to be way more than we bargained for. We expect something little to happen, and it turns out to be a huge deal here. Okay, so this is Genesis 27 verses 41 to 46. So follow along with me in your Bible if you have it, like I do. And let's read here. All right. It says this: Esau held a grudge against Jacob because of the blessing his father had given him. Yeah, he was a little upset, okay? He said to himself, "The days of mourning for my father are near, then I will kill my brother." So in other words, he was waiting for his dad to die, and we know here his dad lived quite a long time yet, but in his dad's mind, he thought he was going to be dying any day. That didn't happen, though. Verse 42, when Rebekah was told what her older son Esau had said, she sent for her younger son Jacob and said to him, "Your brother Esau is planning to avenge himself by killing you. Now then, my son, do what I say. Flee at once to my brother Laban in Haran. Stay with him for a while until your brother's fury subsides. When your brother is no longer angry with you and forgets what you did to him, I'll send word for you to come back from there. Why should I lose both of you in one day?" You can see what she says here in verse 45, that, after everything is settled down, I'll call for you and you can come back. Well, that never happened, okay? And she says also here, why should I lose both of you in one day? She's going to lose Jacob. All right. Verse 46, then Rebekah said to Isaac, "I'm disgusted with living because of these Hittite women. If Jacob takes a wife from among the women of this land, from the Hittite women like these, my life will not be worth living." Okay. So we end there with this is the end of chapter 27. But I wanted to point out here that Rebekah, earlier on, she had said, Jacob had said to her, "Hey, if I deceive my dad, he could find out and I'd be cursed." And she was like, "Oh, let the curse fall on me." And she was involved in this deceit against her own husband here. And the thing she says here to Jacob, like, "Oh, after this all blows away, you can come back and everything will be fine." Well, the thing was, it never did. She never did see her son. She died long before he came back. Okay, so as a result of this deceit and him having to flee like that, she loses her son. Basically, she'll never see him again. Okay, and then also it talks about there at the end how Isaac he was he was getting Hittite women to marry, the neighbor girls. We had talked about that before. And she said, and Rebekah says, "Oh, send Jacob away so that he doesn't marry the Hittite women. He marries, like my brother's daughters." Okay. And so sends them away. The whole thing here, though, is this: that the deceit that happened earlier in the chapter here, one of the results is the fleeing and the separation that will happen because of this. And I guarantee you, when they planned this deceit, they didn't think this would happen, that there would be separation forever, that they'd have to run away and flee and so forth. But that's what happened. And that's what will happen when you're involved in sin in any way. The consequences, you'll find out, are much later. You might have one night of adultery, and that goes to haunt you for the rest of your life because of the consequences of their marital infidelity and the pregnancy and all this stuff that happens as a result of that. And so the consequences, when you weigh out what you're planning on sinning to do, the consequences, you don't think about them all right then, because you're involved in the flesh. And then, but later on, you look back and you're like, wow, those consequences really were way more than I expected. All right. So thank you for watching. I'm just a regular dude walking in the Word, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow as we continue our journey through Genesis. Lord's blessing. I'll see you then.